This is the Transformers Generations Titans Return Deluxe Class Skullsmasher with Drax. Drax is the Titan Master or the Headmaster, and the figure is part of the first wave of these Deluxe Class Titans Return figures from the Transformers Generations toy line. And let me see. Okay, let me just put him there. Here is a quick look at the packaging. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's got a trading card right there. And his instruction sheet, which I wanted to talk about later with transformation. So it also comes with this nice little, it's not so nice little boat or ship or shield that is supposedly a gun for him, other than his usual blaster. Now the instructions, as I mentioned, says there's one step. Step 10 is you attach the croc head. I don't know why that is. So apparently in alt mode you have to remove the croc head. In packaging, the croc head is also removed. It's right here on this portion, but I didn't feel the need to remove it. You can remove it fairly easily. It's like just a ball joint, and yeah, I suppose you could do that. I don't know if it's some homage to the G1 toy, which was, I don't think it was called Skullsmasher. I think it was called Skull Cruncher. Anyway, I don't see the need for it. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a weapon, so it would look like the old G1 toy or something like that. I don't know, because I don't have the G1. But I'm completely okay with it being here. In fact, I also don't see any reason why this thing was removable, because I don't like those parts forming figures that have removable alt mode pieces that turn into weapons. But this is supposedly the tail of the alt mode, and it's I don't know if it's supposed to be a shield or a melee weapon. It's supposed to be like a weapon like that, or you can have it underhanded and you can have another Titan Master sit there and you have to put the gun. You can put the weapon right here, and then you can have the Titan Master sit right there. But I honestly don't get it. I like the weapon as it is, and this one, if I display this one robot mode, I'll probably stick it right up here. It'll have a big kibble at the back, but if you look at it from the front, it's well hidden on his back. Now he can't stand up because of the sheer weight of that. And I suppose that's the main reason why they have it removable, the head sculpt removable, because the croc head removable, so you can stand him up. But even if you don't remove it, you should still be able to stand him up, albeit he's you know, yeah. Ah, there you go. Okay. So, folks, it had to happen. I guess it had to happen. After a long streak of wonderful, wonderful deluxes from the Titans Return line, now comes a figure that I am not completely happy with. Well, if you've noticed, he's very flimsy. The hip joints, you're going to need some nail polish, clear nail polish or floor wax or whatever you use to tighten those joints, because they're just so loose. Even the thigh swivels are very loose. He's got standard articulation up top. I mean, waist swivel that they didn't really need to put, but they've added. Shoulder joints or ball joints that have a hinge right here, but it doesn't give him a full range of side-to-side motion except for that. Bicep swivel. He's got a forearm swivel because of transformation, and a hinge wrist because of transformation. This one is just way too much kibble for me. I wish there was a way that it folded more flush on the forearm. But that's just the way it is. The leg joints have standard articulation for deluxe class figures, but again, as I said, the very, very loose hip joints. The colors are actually fine. I do love the metallic finish on this one, the sort of flake glossy finish of the green, as well as the pink. I don't think I'll need to buy the Takara Tomy version, especially because I'm a little bit disappointed with the figure. The Takara Tomy will have more whites, more of this color for the plastic, I suppose, for these leg pieces, but I don't see myself buying the Takara version anytime soon. So he comes with Drax, I think it's the same name as the G1 toy. Very nice little colored headmaster or Titan Master. The head is painted. And again, as I said, you can sit him right there on that shield weapon. Put him here. So transform him. You can take this out. Keep the head right there. The robot mode looks okay in terms of silhouette and design and sculpt, but there's just too many pieces about it that's just annoying to make me want to not give the figure full marks. Even the alt mode. The alt mode is fantastic in sculpt and everything, but this just the way to get to alt mode is just very disappointing at times. So let's do it. Okay, first you want to do is, this is kind of tricky. You have to fold the shoulders this way. Fold the fists like this, like this, like this. Rotate the. Well, we'll do the forearms later, but you're supposed to fold them at an angle. And these tabs right there, those teeny tiny tabs right there, are supposed to tab in or just be guided by those grooves. They don't tab into those grooves; they're just guided to so you can get that correct angle. And then these tabs right here on the head, they're supposed to lock in here on these slots, which can be a tedious process if you're new to these transformers. So right there. So get the groove in and put the head like that. So yeah. Okay. And then the arms, they're supposed to go this way, and then this way, and then this way. So if you want it flat on the floor, you can do it like that. And it's just a matter of getting the right angle to give them a flat look to it. But I like to spread the legs a little bit, just like that. It'll still work. Okay, and here's the annoying bit. It's the legs, the way they transform. The instruction says to just don't fold it this way. Don't fold it this way, because you're not gonna get anywhere. What you do is you untab these knee joints right here. The knee, like I said, the most annoying bit. Okay, fold these toes inward, and you see those tabs right there. That tabs in there, and this tabs in there, and it is absolutely annoying to tab them together. The best thing you can do is, I think, tab them first together, but you can't do it because they're at an angle. So the instruction says to just fold them like this. That's nothing. That's easy. Okay, folding them like that. That should be the easiest part. The hardest part is just tabbing them together. The top part, the tabs, they're okay, but this middle part, okay, it's easy now, but during practice it took forever to tab that. Okay, and then the croc legs, you just split them up like this because they're already at the correct angle. They're already flat. And what I don't like is that this thing is a little bit wobbly. There's no way to secure the leg assembly when transformed unless you just absolutely tab them together. And look at that, you have to adjust it like that just so you transform it properly, and it's still wobbly. There's no locking mechanism here or anywhere. And yeah, and then the tail, there's a peg that forms from two halves of the knees, and you just tab in the tail. And this one supposedly so loose because they're two separate pieces. And this one is supposedly, you keep it like this in alt mode, and you put it all the way in till it sticks out there, and it is a pain to get out, even if it faces the other side. It's absolutely annoying to get out, so I'm not gonna do it because it took forever just to take it out. So don't do it. What I could recommend is like this. I mean, it's still a weapon, it's showing right there, but most weapons, when they get stored in alt mode, they really show up, so they don't really hide that well for deluxe class. So I'm okay with that. It's just the tail's a little bit, it feels like it's been cut off, and there should have been a piece that folded. There's just so many things about it. The last annoying bit is this piece. make sure when you close it without the figure, don't push it all the way in. Because if you push it all the way in, it's ridiculously difficult to get it out. You'll need a tool to pry it open. And that's why I think they made this in the soft PVC material. Because if it were made of that sturdier, hard plastic, it would be very difficult to pry it open. And it's a flaw in the design. And it's just so many things that they didn't think about doing this figure. The sculpts and design, they look great. I'm sure they look great on paper. Look at this crocodile. It just looks great. Really reminds me of that old G1 toy. But there's just so many elements that they did not take into consideration when making the toy. And I'm not even going to close it completely. We're just because you can't pull it up once you've pushed it way too far down. So look at the croc. It looks great. There's so many things about it. It's got great articulation for the neck, for the limbs, the tail. Well, it gets detached, but if it were a little bit tighter, it would be great, because as you swivel it, it goes up. So it's kind of annoying, because I did like the whole idea of this one, the crocodile headmaster. But I had a kind of my suspicions. I had a little bit of a suspicion that I wasn't going to like this figure. So that's why I had to wait for a weekend sale to get it at 10% off. And yeah, a little bit disappointed. Generally disappointed with this figure. Its saving grace is a great alt mode, great robot looking alt mode, but elements about the figure, the transformation, these pieces, the weapons, the parts forming tail. This figure is going to get a 7 out of 10 for me. Everybody else got a 10 for me, or 9, but this one gets a 7. Sorry. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Titans Return Deluxe Class, Skullsmasher and Drax. Thanks for watching.